Hi Virgo, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Virgo, I will start talking as I shuffle. I will start shuffling as I talk, is what I was meant to say. Virgo, we're soon, only a few days away from moving out from Scorpio season and into Sagittarius. Sagittarius means Skytten. And Sagittarius is just way more, I was going to say loyal for some reason. Yeah, I guess they are. Not to say that Scorpios are not. It's just Sagittarius is a very loyal energy. It's very down to earth, very I mean, it's a fire sign, so it's still quite, it happens a lot. It's quite, you know, it is solid and it's long-term thinking and it's very safe and it's very secure and it's all good. If the explosive Scorpio was, you know, all over the place, Sagittarius comes in to just sort it out, to set, you know, calm things down and sort it out. But we need the Scorpio in order to get the goods in Sagittarius, right? So it's no harm done. We have Mercury retrograde ending tomorrow on the 20th. And Jupiter is just gonna, I feel, just have way more wiggle room to like play with us, really play with us when Mercury doesn't go retrograde anymore. And when Scorpio ends and we're going to Sagittarius, that's on Friday, on the 22nd of the 11th, which is a 2211. So that's a master number and a master number. So with the 11, which is very etheric, it's very the non-physical part of you. It's the dreams, the fantasies, the visualizations. It's everything that you dream of having, combined with the 22nd number. It's 22 that stands for manifestation, materialize things. If the 11 is a be, it's a being, then 22 it's a doing. So it's like, and those two meshed together just speaks volumes about instant manifestation. Whatever you've been dreaming about, you can manifest, and that is so super heightened coming out of Scorpio into Sagittarius. Having those two master numbers on Friday is just a beautiful, beautiful day. However, having all of that said, I am a strong, strong believer of leaving all of that out on any given day, to not start to live your life due to Friday or the Mercury goes retrograde and now all of a sudden you can't do all these things that you want to do. I used to compare it with, I understand that Mercury goes retrograde, that's having a negative person around you at all times, that sort of is a bit nagging it, and they're just low, they don't hear you. If you try to inspire them to come up, they won't, they just will defend their bad place, their bad energy, and there's just no fun. But you can still hold your vibration. You can like talk to the hand, you don't affect me. I can still, you know, create with my inner being whatever I want on a regular hour-to-hour basis, right? Though it is really fun when a positive person is next to you, cheering you on, saying, man, you're good. There's so much good stuff going on around you, and you feel inspired about these things that you want to do because the person is there saying, oh man, go for it, like you can do this. So compared to that, of course that's easier. Of course it's easier to create and manifest and do whatever you want to do when you have those beautiful, uplifting people right next to you. But it's only pure mastery when you don't anymore need for the outside, being a person, being Mercury going direct, being you know, rather a new moon than a full moon, whatever. When you don't need that to be in place in order for you to create your own life, then you mastered it. Then you become, you know, I'm not saying that's easy, but I'm saying it's don't take your power back. That's all I'm trying to say here. So these cards, I don't have to use them, but it's fun. So with that said, Virgo, first card out for you for the upcoming 2 weeks. This is a stretch from today, the 19th of November, till the 1st of December. And so we have the Dove is the first card coming out for you. Then we have Archangel Raphael is the second card. And then we have a unicorn. So I'm drawn to talk about a relationship, even though we had, it was specifically for love and relationships. For the last reading, if you haven't seen it, it's still lasting for another week, because that's the intention I've set. So you might want to check that out if you haven't. And yeah, because I feel here that this is Virgos. Two things coming in, and put this in perspective for yourself. Take whatever applies for you, because it is a general reading. And what I'm asking the universe here is, what do you need? What does Virgo need to hear most right now? That's my intention for this reading. And then whatever comes through, it's gonna sometimes resonate with somebody in the area of relationships. And even though now I talk about relationships, it might resonate with you in the area of health or business or work or, whatever. So take whatever applies for you. But instantaneously, when I look at these, I do get a feeling that somebody's really mourning somebody. Somebody has crossed over to the other side. Somebody has left the earth plane. And whether that's a person or an animal, I am sorry for your loss. But this is a validation that they're with you, that they're reaching out to you, and that they're looking to find a connection with you from the other side whenever you're ready. And next to that comes Archangel Raphael to just heal your pain, heal your thoughts at the moment, heal your loneliness. I feel like just heal everything that's been left behind. So that's a specific message for some of the Virgos out there. And I'm going to sort of leave that behind a bit, because then I feel like another story comes through. So that was just for some Virgos, not for all, I feel. So then we move into another sort of need of healing. I just feel like it's almost like Spirit gives me a backstory here. And I'm usually not very interested in backstories, because the moment or a second you focus on something that was wrong from the past, that's something you invite to the future. So it sort of holds no place. And I'm not trying to say, if you just went through, it's like, no, I shouldn't even do that as a comparison. I should just say, if you just have come out of a relationship, if you just lost somebody, if somebody just left you, or you just left somebody, or somebody they're so sad. You had no idea how many tears a person could produce. I'm not sitting here saying don't talk about it, don't do anything about it, of course you need your healing time. That's why Raphael comes out as well. You need your healing time. You need to have like an instant reaction to things. Mastery is not to have an instant reaction to things. It's having a reaction to things, dealing with them, moving on. But once you've moved on, it serves just absolutely whatsoever no point in going back. Because going back, you do whatever you need to do. I'm not telling anybody to do anything. I'm just saying what works and what don't work. It doesn't work to go back and rehash and remember and sort of bring up stuff in order to fix them, because you just invite it into your here and now, and that, you will take that with you. So having that said, there's something with Source coming out saying it's been tough in the past. There's something with these two cards in relationship to relationships. It shows that it's been tough, and that you needed to find your peace again. You find your holiness again, or your wholeness again. And with the Archangel Raphael coming out saying, we're dealing with your mental and physical ailments, perhaps. Like your emotional body needs some healing. And Raphael is here to just take care of it all. So whatever you want to do with this, whatever is left with your past, whatever tiny little thing is left, or however big it feels like is left, if you want to, just give it to the angels, just sending it out there, saying what you want to get rid of, or even writing it down, and then tear the thing up and never look at it again. Just don't. If you're past it, if you moved on from it, if you dealt with it, there's no need to look at it again. And there's no need to even justify or explain to anybody else. Like, are you seeing someone? No. I mean, my past relationship sucked, so it's been taking... it has taken me quite some time to really rely on somebody again. There's no need for that story. You're only repeating something again that you don't want to take with you. Okay? So here's your peace. The peace is found. Give the rest, whatever is left there, to the angels. Because now, Virgo, we're entering into this beautiful... I get really moved, like a surge through my body. Is that what it's called? Like almost like a rush, but it's not a rush. It's like a tingling, just right, like, yeah, I'll leave that. An indication from the insides that a soulmate connection is on its way in. You might be dealing with a Taurus. You might be dealing with a Virgo. You don't necessarily have to be, but that's what's coming through. And here you see if you're the woman laying on that unicorn, and maybe I should say unicorns to me stands for the soulmate connection. And it can also be a man, obviously, but just look at how embedded she is with that horse. There, you don't see where she ends or starts, or where the unicorn ends or starts. It's just a beautiful blend between the two. And I feel like this union coming in your life, if it hasn't already, it's so close. It's just around the bend, and it will make you feel everything else has been worth it. And that's probably why, okay, I get it. That's probably why Source comes in to say, Virgo, you want this relationship. Maybe sometimes you feel like, I'm just going to be single for the rest of my life. It's just easier that way. I get to choose what I want to choose on my own for Netflix. Nobody else will bother me. I can, have it exactly how I want it in my house. I can, I make up the rules, whatever it is that you're thinking sometimes. And then sometimes it's like, Virgo, this is the thing you planned for probably your entire life. And it's not like you sat as a 4-year-old, maybe some of you did, but you didn't sit as a 4-year-old planning out the path to your soulmate. But it feels like to me, the Virgos that I'm connecting with really truly has planned for this connection in this lifetime. And it may have looked like you didn't plan for it, because it looks like sometimes you went through... I'm not saying, of course there's loving relationships out there. Of course there's loving relationships out there. And of course you met a fair few people in your life that really has been loving people. But here's what I feel in this particular instance, this particular connection that I'm having with some Virgos. Either you've been in a relationship where you truly know what you don't want, and it doesn't have to mean that they're so freaking bad or mean or anything like that, but it has just made you realize what you don't want. It can also be that they've been really bad and really mean, and that too makes you realize truly what you want, because you know truly what you don't want, and you keep adding on to that relationship what you're searching, what you're seeking for, only to then move on to the next partner that I feel, no, they're not mean, and no, they're not maybe so much that you still truly know what you don't want, so that you do know what you do want. But I find that you've been bored, that you've been understimulated, and take that however you want to take that, because I feel like that probably is for sexual needs as well. And I do get that it has to be like super safe for you. It has to be sort of, that goes both for a man and a woman here. I feel this very strongly. You need to feel really safe in a relationship in order for you to have a really good sex life. And so that too has been an important aspect to all of this. And I'm telling you, Virgos, you're finding your match here. You've been planning for your match because of all the other relationships. And it might not be 100 relationships. It can even be 2 relationships for some people. They just have been longer, and you know for a fact what you want due to those relationships. And here your person is. That's why I feel that Source comes in to say, Virgo, whatever's left now, whatever that little thing that you're still thinking about the past, that sometimes it still comes up in your mind, that thing that happened in the past, it needs to go. It needs to go bye-bye. It's like, no more. Give it to the angels. If you struggle with it, if it keeps coming up, if you asked yourself, do I want to continue to think of this? Of course not. No, I don't want that. Give it to the angels. Give it to the universe and say, here, I don't want to think about it. So anytime something comes up, just stop yourself in the middle of that sentence or thought and say, angels, take this. I don't want to think about it. Bye-bye. And then just in the middle of that meaning, in the middle of that sentence, just quit. Just stop. Okay? So you can restore just true peace. This is such a peaceful card. And it's the Dove of Hope. The dove comes to bring you the world. It's like you have all the possibilities in the palm of your hand. But in order to be a match to this, you just need to let go of that final repeat in your mind, if that makes sense. I hope this resonates with some of you guys out there. You just need to let go of that final going back to the past, thinking over things. Even though it's not so bad, I feel like it's a good thing to just drop it and really move forward so that you can move right into this. It's the soulmate of a lifetime connection. If it's not a soulmate that you're feeling like you're headed towards, if you're sitting out there feeling, I'm already with my soulmate. I don't know what this meant. You probably have stopped the message, the recording a long time ago. But I do want to still say this can be for a business. Like, this is your chance. You build up. You maybe failed 1,000 times with small businesses, small, like one person's work that you started out a long time ago, and you had high hopes and that went to hell, and all of that, you just kept going and going, and it feels like you failed more times than you succeeded. That as well is like that is building towards an empire. That's building towards, it's the same thing with if you've been poor, if you've been struggling with money for maybe throughout almost all your life. That is a preparation for big time richness as well. It doesn't matter what theme you look into, but we do tend to have themes. We do tend to, for certain people, it's relationships. For certain people, there's bodily issues. For certain people, it's finance. For certain people, it's job-related things. It just seems like we have a theme that we need to work through. Like I always flourished. Like I always had success in business and relationships, but I've been struggling with my body since I was born. Like we seem to have a theme or several, and if you truly want to become a master, you probably have covered them all. But that means that it's like beautiful things waiting on the other end of that. So however poor you've been, you're equally so rich now. However much you've struggled in business, there's an empire waiting for you. It's equal, an equal match like that. And we're headed to this ultimate soulmate connection. That it feels like you only think about it in your dreams. You only think about it in stupid love rom-com movies. And I don't mean to say stupid because I love them, but you know what I mean. It's like, yeah, that's only on film. No, it's not. It's actually here. Okay, guys, there won't be an extended today, so I just hope that resonates with you and is enough for you. There will be an extended next week when I do love readings again. This basically was a second love reading for you. Interesting to see what the Virgo love reading said. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe on your way out if you haven't already. It really would help me a lot. And I hope to see you back in a week. Thank you for watching. Bye.